Megan Thee Stallion definitely had to put Draya in check. Tamar Braxton, we are praying for you, hoping that you make a full recovery. And Kanye, honey, I done told y'all about Kanye. He has suffered yet again another manic episode. Want to talk about it? Let's debrief. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. You're tuned in to the debrief with your girl, me, Nova. Welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for showing your girl some love and support. I truly appreciate it. And if you are a new subscriber or you're just happening to visit my channel, I hope that you will join my family and come back, okay? So before we begin, I started to get some questions in terms of, well, what are you? Are you blogging? Are you commentary? What is it? And honestly, I don't have an answer. It's whatever I want to do. But sometimes it's hard to blog when you have a full-time job. So for today's video, I'm just going to give you some commentary, my thoughts, my opinions. Everybody has them. I'm sure you do. So I'm hopeful you'll leave some comments down below. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. This week has been filled with different stories. I mean, 2020 is just, I don't know, it's a hell of a year. You tell me. We'll start off with my girl, Megan Thee Stallion. So if you don't know who Megan Thee Stallion is, she is a Houston rapper, and I absolutely love her. I love her lyricism. I love the fact that she came in the game and she just been rocking and rolling, but she has found herself in a little bit of a situation. So I'm sure many of you are aware that Megan Thee Stallion is currently taking some time away from social media as she is dealing with her injuries, okay? So about a couple of weeks ago, she was at Kylie Jenner's house, okay, for a little pool party. Yes, Kylie Jenner, Kardashians. I don't know, you guys. Them Kardashians, honey, they always have like a dark cloud over their head. Anywho, so when she leaves Kylie's house, reports come out that her vehicle that she was in was pulled over by the police, okay? Now, next thing we hear is there were some gunshots, there was some broken windows, some broken glass that had shattered and injured Megan's foot, okay? Now, we're like, all of us is like, oh, dang, Megan, are you okay? I mean, are you going to be able to twerk? Are you going to be able to use them knees? We're concerned. But as more reports started to come out, it turns out that Megan was actually shot in her foot. At first, people speculated the best friend, her and the best friend got into it and the best friend shot her in the foot. But I mean, BFF quickly took to social media to diffuse those rumors. She would never injure her friend like that at all. So in this vehicle, it was the BFF, Megan, and Tory Lanez. So if it wasn't the BFF, and if Megan is the one that got shot in the foot, well, that means that Tory Lanez, shot Megan in the foot. Now, to date, we do not have confirmation in terms of what actually really happened. Megan has not come out with any statement in terms of, what took place. She went on record stating that, she will come out and address when the time is right, okay? Now, rumors started circulating that allegedly Megan and Tory had something going on. They had like a fling. They were dating something. Maybe an entanglement. Anywho, so it's alleged that some type of argument took place with Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. Now, recently they're saying that, hey, when they were at Kylie's house, you know, either Tory was giving a little bit too much attention to Kylie, or Kylie was giving a little bit too much attention to Tory, and Megan wasn't here for it. Now, we don't know if that is the case. We'll find out, I'm sure. Anywho, they're in this vehicle. Supposedly, some type of argument takes place. Tory Lanez pulls out a gun and shots go off. Okay, not saying it was intentional. More rumors are coming out that it was, you know, hey, he was shooting, and, you know, Megan accidentally got shot in the foot. Okay, now they have released some video footage of Megan limping on this foot when she got out the vehicle, and the cops had, cops had the guns out. Anywho, so it's interesting. But recently, Draya Michelle. Now, if you don't know who Draya Michelle is, she's been on Basketball Wives. Light-skinned chick, very pretty girl. She apparently has started her own podcast. Now, on this podcast that came out about a couple of days ago, they asked her about the Megan Thee Stallion situation. Now, she made some comments that didn't sit too good with social media, and things got back to Megan Thee Stallion. So let's take a listen to what Draya said, and then I'll come back with the rest of my commentary.
I'm here for it. I like that. I want you to like me so much you shoot me in the foot too. Like,
but as long
what?
as,
Whoa!
Wait, no, that is very Draya like.
Drop a grenade. What the? You want you what?
I want you to like me so much that if I'm trying to get out the car and you're like, no, sit your fucking ass in the car, and I'm like, no, nigga, I'm fucking getting out the car. No, you're not.
He shoots you in the foot.
Wow.
Yeah, you gonna fucking shut that nigga.
No, I'm not going nowhere.
In this moment,
are you going?
Draya just went viral, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, we heard what Draya had to say. I wish I had a dude that, you know, loved me like that and loved me so hard that he'll shoot me in the foot. Now, it wasn't tasteful at all when Draya said this. But do I think she was making a joke? Yeah, I think she was making a joke. Now, see, what's interesting is after Megan got wind of this, Megan took to social media and basically went the hell off on Draya. Now, she didn't use Draya's name, but everyone is pretty sure that that's what that message was targeted towards. Let's take a look, shall we? I'm not reading it, y'all. Y'all can read for yourselves. All right, so you read that. The next thing that happens, Draya takes to social media with the tattooed tears, backtracking and pussy popping backwards, apologizing. Now, here's my take on the situation. Draya, if you were making a joke, you meant no harm by it, then I'm gonna need you to stand 10 toes down. You know? Now you coming out with all these apologies. I didn't mean to say it. I don't know. You've been in this social media game for quite some time. Things blow up and go so viral. You knew dang well that your comments was gonna make, you know, social media go crazy. I honestly think you was looking for a viral moment to gain some traction to your podcast, honey. Now, I don't care what none of y'all say. Draya used that to her advantage. But nonetheless, I mean, to me, I think it was an opinion. I think it was, you know, laughs and giggles. I think it was maybe the wrong time, I'd say, to make a laughing joke. However, if you're gonna be funny, if you're gonna be comedic per se, girl, I'm gonna need you to stand 10 toes down, okay? I'm not trying to hear Draya. She need to go on with that. But Megan, this is my thing, Megan. Ever since you signed with Roc Nation, it's been I don't know, it's been drama. We had the situation with Carl Crawford. You outed him on Instagram. You know, Carl Crawford comes out that, you know, he had no idea that you were going to sign the deal with Roc Nation. You know, you guys are in court because he tried to stop the release of your music. Now you're finding yourself in a situation with Tory Lanez. I'm just hopeful that, you know, you heal, you take some time for yourself. But I need you to get back to the pen and the pad, Megan. As a fan, as a hottie, I need you to get back to the days, you know, where you dropped that realer than real, that heat, that fire. I'm just hopeful that Megan, you know, will make a full recovery. I'm interested in learning of what really took place with her and Tory Lanez. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think about it. But I'm done with that topic. Let's move on. All right. What's next? All right. So this is a little bit of a serious moment. So if you do not know, Tamar Braxton was rushed to the hospital. She was found unconscious by her boyfriend, David. Okay. When she was rushed to the hospital, she was unconscious. The doctors were doing everything that they could to, you know, resuscitate her and bring her back to us. Okay. Now, as more rumors came out, there are claims that, you know, there was, how do I say, this was a suspected attempt by Tamar. Now, over the years, Tamar has been a little controversy. You know, she was on a show with her sisters, the Braxton sisters, doing their reality show. She was on The View. She was fired from The View. And then she has a new show that's coming out. What is it called? Tamar, you know, Catch My Life or Get My Life, or, you know, I'm not sure what the actual name of the show is, but that show is getting ready to air. Now, reports have stated that they had actually released the trailer for her new show. I think it's Get My Life, if I'm not mistaken. And when Tamar saw the trailer and how it portrayed her, you know, it added fuel to the fire of her already battling with depression. Okay. And now, as you know, the days went on, more reports came out. You know, they were able to stabilize Tamar. So prayerfully, thank the Lord, she is okay. Okay. Now, what recently came out is the 911 call that her boyfriend David made. Okay. So let's take a listen, because the Braxton family is not too happy with what David said on that call. So let's take a listen, and I'll come back with the rest of my commentary.
Paramedic Operator 148, what's the address of the emergency? And what's the emergency?
My girlfriend is not responding.
Are you with her right now?
Yes.
How old is she?
She's not awake.
Okay, can you wake her up? Can you shake her and yell at her? Try to wake her up.
I'm shaking. She has a little bit of her eye open.
All right, sir. Like I said, we're on the way. I'm going to stay on the line with you.
Okay, she's been drinking. It's like a half a she's on medication for depression. I don't know how much. She sent a letter earlier. Anyway, just ask him to hurry.
I'm sorry, sir. You said she's on.
Just ask him to hurry. She's on medication. She takes medication, like she gets anxiety. I don't know if she's taking her medication or what. Or if she was very angry earlier on. She has trouble with the network. She's just a company she's working with, and they did some things today, and no way. This before. I hope this is not.
Okay. Yeah, when they're inside of the same room that you're in, you and I can disconnect. But until then, we have to keep our eye on her breathing, okay? Okay, sir.
You fucking network.
Sure. Well, she needs need some help, sir. You guys should look for some help for her.
And it's come to this.
Right.
When do you get free? At what point are you really free? At what point can a company, can an organization control your...
How long has she been working for them?
They've taken away her happiness, everything. She held by everything.
All right, so we've had a chance to listen to the 911 call that David made. Now, reports are stating that Tamar has been dealing with some depression for quite some time. And the Braxton sisters have come out and, they've made reports that, it's difficult being on a network that follows their life, and they're not compensated at the same level as the Kardashians. And over the years, Tamar's character has been filmed in a controversial, ratchet type of way. And Tamar has worked to change the perception of how she's seen on camera, right? And so there's always been that battle there with Tamar. Now, we've listened to the 911 call. Now, what's interesting is the Braxton family has come out and is very doubtful or concerned on what they heard from the 911 call. We listened to it and we heard David very upset about finding Tamar, but he made a lot of reference to the network and how the network, he didn't really say it, but he alluded to the network has pushed Tamar over the edge. And if we break it down in terms of, was this like the appropriate thing to say on the 911 call, or should your call be more focused on Tamar and, help? And, why did we really have to mention anything about the network? Now, the family is saying that, hey, he shouldn't have mentioned anything about the network. And now reports and rumors are starting to come out that, Tamar and David, they've been having some issues with the network and how they're trying to portray Tamar, and saying what David said on this call. Maybe it's a way to make the network say, oh, wow, we've caused this to Tamar. We need to, do something. We need to let her out the contract, or, whatever. And I think it's really interesting because I am a crime watcher. I love watching all things crime related. And I can agree with that. I agree. When you hear these 911 calls, sometimes, when you're a person of interest, right, you tend to make this 911 call and you try to kind of give an alibi on the call, and it's very suspect. So in terms of David making this 911 call and holding a lot of the responsibility on the network, it does seem that in a way he's trying to, look at Tamar. This is what happened with Tamar, and it's the network's fault. And maybe the network will feel guilty in terms of what happened, and maybe potentially release Tamar from her contract. I don't know. It's very interesting. But now, Tamar has, she's divorced from her ex-husband Vince, and at that time that she was with Vince, she lived this lifestyle that with David she no longer can afford. And from what I have read, Tamar Braxton and David are currently living at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, and their rent is $25,000 a month. So if you think about, and then I also read too that they're actually behind, or they received some type of eviction notice for not paying their rent. And I'm thinking that, maybe Tamar found herself in a situation where she had to go back to the network in which she, said that she left, because, money's tight. I don't know what to think about this, but it is very suspect that, David would mention those things on the 911 call. I don't know. I think from the beginning people thought that David would be, David was a good guy, but now as the Braxton family is coming out saying that, no, what David is saying is very suspect, it does give you the side eye. I don't know. It's a very interesting situation, and I just pray that Tamar makes a full recovery. I don't know. Everyone wants this money, honey, and sometimes it's like you sell yourselves to the devil for it. And we've heard so many stories about wanting that fame, that fortune, and how once you get it, it's not all cracked up to what you thought it was. A lot of drugs and depression and things like that sometimes are a result of reaching that fame status, and it's such a sad situation. So I am hopeful that Tamar makes a full recovery. I'm hopeful that her issues with the network is resolved, and I don't know, I got a side eye on her boyfriend David, so we gonna keep an eye on him, and we'll see how this story evolves. All right, that was sad. That was deep. Let's move on to my guy, your future president, Kanye West. Yes, so I talked about Kanye in my second video. Okay. So Kanye has announced that he is running for presidency. He sat down with Forbes. He was all over the place. Well, if you do not know, Kanye West did a campaign run for his presidential spot, right? Now, I'm going to play a couple of clips from one of his campaigns. I'll let you guys listen, and then I'll come back with the rest of my commentary.
When Harriet Tubman never actually freed the slaves. She just had the slaves go work for other white people.
Y'all, we leaving right now.
So that we love you, Kanye.
All right, we're back. Go ahead. What y'all think, y'all? What y'all think? Y'all, clearly, and I said this before, clearly Kanye West was suffering one of his manic depression, or one of his manic episodes, okay? Clearly. I mean, what was he talking about? Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves. I mean, she was working for the white man. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It's sad, okay? Now, reports are starting to come out. So Kanye, after this whole incident, Kanye has a mental breakdown, okay? And then he just starts firing off these just I don't know, these very concerning tweets calling out Kim and Chris and white supremacy, and I'm not gonna let my children be, you know, Playboy cover. I'm like, what the freak is he talking about? It's very clear that Kanye has or was going through some mental episodes, right? So then Kim Kardashian got, you know, drug into the mix. Like, Kim, you know, why are you not there for your husband? You know, why would you guys let him go on this campaign run? And then Kim takes to social media and she comes out with this long drawn out thing about, you know, mental bipolar disease and manic episodes and to have compassion and so forth and so forth. So then a lot of people are like, oh, yes, you know what? You're so right. You know, we really need to take this serious. This is such a, you know, a problem, so-and-so, such and such. Now, I said this on my last video. It's very clear that Kanye is struggling or dealing with some, he's in the midst of his manic episodes, okay? So I'm not going to negate the seriousness of what he's experiencing. Let me say that. Kim made mention to, you know, sometimes, you know, the family, the friends, they can't, there's nothing that they can do until that person realizes it for themselves and seeks the help that they need, right? And I get that aspect too. But what I don't get is the hosting of the campaign, right? Like, okay, so we know that Kanye is dealing with a bipolar disease and he has these manic episodes. And at the time that he announced that he was running for presidency, and when he sat down with Forbes and the things that he said, I know as a spouse, right, you would think and say, okay, he's not in his right state of mind. So then when he moves forward to do these presidential campaigns, and granted, maybe you can't stop him, the person, right? Maybe. But the team, the persons that sponsored, you know, this campaign, no one stopped to think and say, you know, Kanye, this isn't the right time, or Kanye, you know, hey, we're not going to be able to do this. I mean, I don't know. I'm confused, you guys. And now everybody's like, oh, we need to be, you know, sympathetic to Kanye. Man, if y'all don't 5150 him, I mean, seriously, 5150 Kanye. Okay, now I'm not saying, you know, I'm hopeful it's not taken the wrong way, but he clearly needs help. Okay, and maybe he don't want to, and sometimes, you know, what do they say? The first step is ownership. The first step is to recognize that, yes, I have a problem. Maybe Kanye is not at that first step. Maybe we need to 5150 Kanye. I don't know, but I just feel like this whole campaign trail that he is going on, it is clearly interrupting the true goal of my community, in terms of what we need to do, which is get Trump out of presidency. And so now we have Kanye on one of his manic episodes causing a diversion until on the actual situation that needs to take place. I don't know, you guys. But what was the kiki, y'all? What was the kiki, y'all? Is that Kanye started calling Kim out about potentially, you know, having a situation with Drake and Meek Mill. Do we believe that? The Meek Mill situation, I don't believe. I think Kim and Meek were working on a project together for prison reform. I really don't think anything happened there. But that Drake, honey, I don't know. Now, So, anywho, the rumors right now is that there may be a potential divorce on the horizon between Kanye and Kim. And honey, I'm going to sit back and just see. But ain't it interesting that every man that comes across a Kardashian, some dark cloud is like casted over them? I don't know. I'm thinking there's some truth to what Kanye said going on his rampage. But you tell me. You tell me. Hey you guys, so I had to interrupt this video because as I was discussing the situation with Kanye actually took to Twitter today to come out with an apology to his wife Kim. So let's take a look. Kanye states, "I would like to apologize to my wife Kim for going public with something that was a private matter. I did not cover her like she has covered me. To Kim, I want to say, I know I hurt you. Please forgive me. Thank you for always being there for me." Well, you guys, we'll see how this unfolds, but I definitely wanted to update everyone on the latest and greatest. All right, you guys, that was my 3 topics. But before I go, you know what? I'm sorry, I gotta say this. Did y'all catch the DMX and Snoop Dogg versus battle? Y'all, I lived for it. I might be biased because I am born and raised in New York, but that was such an epic battle. Oh my God, it just took me back. Now, hands down, catalog wise, DMX definitely won that battle. Oh my God, the hits that he brought back, you guys. Come on now. Now, if I had to give it to presentation, freestyle, that would definitely go to Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg definitely has some hits. His presentation was really good in terms of how he looked on camera, right? In terms of his performance, his freestyle was really good. But catalog wise, you can't compete with DMX, honey. I mean, whoo. But on another note, DMX, I know you've been gone for quite some time, honey, but I mean, it was clear as day that DMX is just not internet savvy. He don't know nothing about recording and virtual because he was all over the place, honey. I don't know. You know, he definitely was out of breath. There was, you know, they definitely lip sync their songs. But because of his catalog and his hits, that clearly overshadowed, you know, what DMX had going on screen. It was so good to watch that. I don't know if you guys caught that. If you did you enjoy it? Was it a vibe? Like, I'm all for DMX kind of getting his life right and just kind of going on a tour, y'all. I'm serious. I just had to end the note with that because that versus battle was epic. I've watched a few. I haven't watched all of them, but that by far was the best one. So I truly enjoyed that one, guys. Nonetheless, anywho, all right, that's all I really wanted to come on here and talk about and give my opinions and my thoughts and my commentary. You guys tell me your thoughts. Let me know what you're thinking on the topics that I reviewed today. Other than that, I will catch you guys on the next video. Please make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.